Good evening, everyone. It's Mike here with the latest part of my Dark Souls playthrough. This time we're going to pick it up and we're going to do Sinner's Rise, but first we have to unpetrify Straight and see what he's got to say for himself. So you use a fragrant branch of yore there and you can reanimate statues, shall we say. And we'll talk.
Still a bit stiff, I'm afraid. I must thank you, young traveler. I am Strayed, a wandering sorcerer of sorts. I've been a guest for a very long time, but I don't think that anybody will miss me. Very good. Very good indeed. Cursed one, weak you may be, but I, Strayed, will teach you my spells.
So Straight is who you can use your boss souls with. So as you can see, you've got Myther's Bent Blade here. There's Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword. What is it? At this point, I was looking on the stat requirements. So the Warp Sword, which is one of the Flexile Sentry's weapons. I think the next one along the Curved Sword, yeah, that's the Arc Sword. That's a Flexile Sentry. Once you've got to kill him at least twice. Giant Stone Axe, or Giant Stone. In fact, to be fair, if you want all the Flexile Sentry weapons, I think you have to kill him 3 times. You have to get a soul 3 times, right? So it's 3 playthroughs in the first respect. Skeleton Lord's items. Covetous Demon. I do buy that one, actually. It's awful, but I just wanted to try it. Dragon Rider Twin Blade. Yeah. Dragon Rider Bow. Not interested, not an archer. Pursuer's Great Shield is apparently really good. But I buy the Pursuer's Sword here, so I have to do it on New Game Plus. Or you burn a bonfire ascetic and take them on again. Heavy Homing Soul Arrow he sells. Oh, sorry, you trade for the Rat Vanguard Soul. Yeah. You just the mock one from him, and let's see what he says.
How long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old kingdom to have crumbled, I see. Why didn't anyone wake me sooner? Drang Lake. I've never heard the name. Is that what they call this place now? Very good. Very good indeed. The cursed ones were imprisoned within this land. Of course, you came of your own free will. The people feared the cursed ones like a plague. Some people would rather keep dreadful things out of sight, out of mind. In the end, they swept them up and corralled them here. So very typical of meek minds, don't you think? Once people became aware of their own frailty, they seized anybody they found undesirable, cursed or no, and impounded them here. Whoever posed even the slightest threat was removed, all so that they could sleep better at night. They even turned the great Strayed into a stone. Many kingdoms rose and fell on this tract of earth. Mine was by no means the first. Anything that has a beginning also has an end. No flame, however brilliant, does not one day splutter and fade. But then, from the ashes, the flame reignites, and a new kingdom is born. sporting a new face. It is all a curse. And it is your cursed flesh that will inherit the flame. Pyromancy was created by the ancient Witch of Fire. She harnessed the power of flame and melded it into pyromancy. The witch led her daughters into war against the Old Ones. But legends are legends. What are you prepared to believe? So, why didn't?
So that is the biggest hint so far in the game that that Drangleic is Lordran. I mean, it has to be from what he's saying there. The Lost Bastille has to be the Undead Asylum. It just has to be. It's the only part. It's the only area in the game that's isolated from the other areas. So you know you can either get here via the Eagle or via the ship.
Let's hope the magnificence of my
Undead Asylum in the first game, you had to use you had to use Snuggly the Crow to get to and from. But it's what he says about there about the cursed ones being corralled there. It's exactly the same language that's used in the opening video of Dark Souls, the first Dark Souls game, corralled to the north. And then there's just the other things he says that, you know, he was around long enough to see kingdoms crumble. He mentions the Witch of Izalith and the battle against the dragons, and the war against the dragons from the opening video. It's just, there's so many hints in that little conversation that this is Lordran. We're just many millennia in the future. And obviously, you know, this doesn't look like the Undead Asylum in the first game, but it's been built on and extended, and things are in a different order. It completely makes sense that this is Lordran. I mean, if it is or if it isn't, please don't spoil it for me in the comments. I want to find this out for sure myself. And I know it's probably going to take a while of finding, because I'm not very... in the grand scheme of things, I'm not very far in the game. I'm taking this slow because I want to enjoy it. Now, for those of you who kind of watch me regularly, that's probably quite frustrating. But I do want to kind of savour every moment of a new game, every new discovery. I'm not looking ahead on videos. I'm not reading the guide unless I'm horrendously stuck, which I am at the minute, because I'm a few hours ahead of this point that I'm commentating on. So there's a few videos already prepped to come. So yeah, it's please don't spoil it for me. That's all I'm asking. But from the way Strayed is talking there, it sounds like he was alive around about the time that you play the first game. Because you don't happen across anybody petrified in the asylum, that's for sure. So it sounds like he was alive around or just after the first game. He mentions like flames and fires dying out. He mentions the witches of Izalith. And he refers to the dragons as the old ones, which I don't think is technically accurate, but you know. So yeah, it's it's interesting. Sorry this is taking so long here. These were the archers that killed me when I first came along here, because we're heading towards Sinner's Rise. It's where the Lost Sinner resides. This level itself is actually quite short, and I take a couple of phantoms with me, because I know it's a bit tricky. Sorry, my cat's harassing me here. Yeah, so this is Sinner's Rise, this kind of tower that we're going towards. And you go to the bottom of the tower, you fight some really mean looking things, and then you take on the Lost Sinner herself. Now this is going to go into the boss video style. Sorry, the cat's really bothering me. She won't leave me alone. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with her. I give up on sniping these guys at the last remaining at this one, because look at him, he's moving around so much. I think this one's got a crossbow actually, rather than a bow and arrow. So waste some arrows now, we've got 6 left. So yeah, there's definitely a fuck it attitude, and let's go. For those you who might be a bit bored of the way I look at it, I'm starting to change up my equipment a bit as well. I've boosted my stats enough that I can now use great swords, which I'm very amused at. So I've been using the Dread Leg sword. Right. There's the guy above just falling off. So this is an awkwardly placed bonfire over here because you can rest this bonfire, but then you're so close to like those enemies. It's unreal. You have to bear with me a second here while I look for people to summon. I'm in a strange position here because of the way kind of soul memory and soul level works. I'm a reasonable level, but I'm actually quite a low soul memory from where I'm at. I'm only like 400,000. So I mean, at level 79 or 80 or something. That's where I'm currently at anyway. So a little bit further ahead in the videos. Yeah, so I'm at this level, but my soul memory is so much lower than everybody else's, so I'm starting to find it actually a bit of a struggle to summon people. That doesn't become so much of an issue when you get to New Game Plus, but obviously I'm still in New Game. And I don't know how to rectify that. I've got a feeling I'm just going to have to grind. I'm going to have to really grind and get some souls. I'm going to have to get summoned by other people. And do a bit of good work in the community. Hi. What you doing? I was trying to see. I was being greedy to see if I could get a second summon up, but hey ho. Right, so when you come down here, there's a dude here. This dude. And there's a few in this room. There's an item just past where my phantom's standing. Let him deal with those guys. I'm going to get this item here, which is, I believe, is a human effigy. Always good to find human effigies. Yeah, there's always a handful of guys. And if you just run past the 3 archers that are above, they come down. They drop down to here. So then you're suddenly fighting 7 of them. This guy's impatient. I love my shade up there. I think the shade actually does get summoned. There's 9 money here, which I've never managed to get yet. Keep trying. Shade appeared. Right, there's some big guys down here, like enhanced undead. Look at the fucking ugly twat. These guys are dangerous. They've got a massive tank. Take that much health off you. Just pummel away. Stand up melee enemies. We get this. Sublime Bone Dust. That Estus Flask +2. The second Phantom joined us there. That's any good. Let's chug at Estus there. So you can critical hit them. You can critical hit those guys. There's 3 of them, so you just kind of got to be careful about that. So it is possible. I've seen it happen in other videos. Not much sentiment and such. Now this bit is a dickhead bit. You think it's all nice, it's all calm. If you have the Bastille key, this is where you can go to do the flames, which will make the boss fight easier. Look at this, fucking mob by these exploding guys. I hate these exploding guys, they're such dicks. Guys. So as we come to the end of this little video, because the Lost Sinner is not far from here, that's just out that corridor, we're going to bring in Lucatiel. See, as my phantoms have gone. So bring in Lucatiel to give me a hand. And then we head down towards the boss, and it's actually really, if you watch as you come through the reveal for the boss room, which is fantastic. All this kind of going through the portcullis. I love this little area. But anyway, you'll get to see more of this very shortly when you watch the next video coming up, which will be the Lost Sinner battle. But for now, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. But for now, good night.